Hello everyone, my name is Winters and welcome back to this Let's Play series of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. We are continuing on exactly from where we left off. We currently have no jobs in the garage, so that means that we're going to move on to the phone and we're going to pick up any orders that we have. And we do have a story order, and it is as follows. Hey! I got some cold hard cash from my sponsors, and that means I can finally make some much needed changes and repairs. Repaint my car. I've always heard that the red cars are always faster. Next, check the wheels and tires and see if anything else might need any attention. I'm noticing some grinding when I shift between gears and when I accelerate. Just fix whatever you find is wrong with it. See ya. And that's it. So we're going to pick up that order. And we're going to quickly check the phone and see if there are any experience orders, and if there isn't, we're going to dismiss them, like so. Hey, another experience order, yay! So we'll pick that up, and we'll dismiss this final one. Okay, so we're going on to this bad boy. Let's take a gander. There's quite a bit of stuff there. Repaint in stock color. Okay. Well, I guess then the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put it on the test path. And we'll see if we can find anything with the suspension, the brakes, that kind of stuff. So first up, we're going checking the front brakes. And it looks like front brakes, both left and right, are in really good condition. Rear brakes, both left and right, again, are actually in really good condition. So nothing to be worked on there, which is great. Next up, we're going checking the suspension, and we're going doing the front suspension first, as you would expect. Front suspension, both left and right, I would say above average, 71 and 72%. And rear suspension in really good condition, but there is a brake. The brake servo needs to be replaced. Wow, that's unusual. Okay, so let's move her to lifter A. And we'll get her up on the first stage of the lift, as always. And then we'll pop the hood. And let's do some diagnostics. So let's check the tires. He said to check the tires, so I'm expecting there's going to be something there with those. Although they look like they're in really good condition, actually. Yeah, they are in good condition. So what was he going on about the tires for? Next up, we're going to check the electronics. So that means breaking out the old multimeter. Excuse me. Everything fine there. So next up is a compression test. And I expect everything to be fine here. I do see a few things. Turbo needs to be replaced. Engine block? Oh, crankshaft? Damn. Okay, OBD port. Let's see what this finds. Jesus Christ, we have to strip the entire engine down. Why couldn't it have been a simple job? ABS module. Okay. Next, fuel pressure test. So this will be the fuel pump, the fuel filter, things like that. Let's see if any of this stuff needs work, and it doesn't. Right, so let's mark off what we have found already, which ain't a whole lot, to be honest. Right, brake servo, you're coming off. Exhaust manifold cover, you're coming off. Ignition coils, you're coming out, because I have to break down the entire freaking engine. Let's get the throttle off next, then we'll get the intake manifold. Wow, that ABS module and pump doesn't look very good at all, does it? Right, let's start working on the timing here. So the belt tensioner, you're next. Then the belt, power steering pump, water pump, crankshaft pulley, idler roller, and alternator. Right, turbo, you'd be next. let's get the exhaust manifolds, I suppose. Alright, now let's start working on the timing cover. What's that timing belt like? It needs replacing as well. Cam gears are fine. Next, engine head cover. Off you come. Spark plugs. All looking fine so far. Yep. Alright. What am I looking for here? Fuel rail, you can come out next. Camshafts, you're next. Engine head. Okay, pistons are in good condition. That drive shaft doesn't look good. Okay, so I think we're done. Oh, wait a minute. Starter. That definitely has to come off. Right, so now we can start working on the bottom end of it. So let's lift her up. Wheels, I may as well take them off since I'm here. And actually, I just realized I should have drained the oil, so I'll do that next. Okay, that's that done. Now we can... Oil filter, you're going to have to come out. That exhaust is going to have to come out. Oil pan, I suppose I'll do you next. I'm going to have to take off the gearbox. But before I do that, I'm going to start undoing these pistons. And that means getting the crankshaft bearing caps and the rod caps off the pistons themselves. Lovely. Okay, next we're moving on to gearbox. So that means drive shafts. You need to come out. So if I could click on the damn thing here. Some of these don't look great, do they? We might have to do some more stripping. Let's get the drive shaft out. Alright, now we'll move on to the gearbox itself. Oh, look at that release bearing and pressure plate, and I can tell already that the clutch plate and the flywheel are in need of replacing as well. Okay, so now we drop her down and we'll take out the pistons. Alright, and now we can take out the crankshaft, so that means lifting her back up again. Crankshaft, alright, and now it means she goes back down once more, and we take out the engine block. Now, in case any of you are wondering why I never use the engine stand here, is because I want to recondition this stuff. And I always hope that the engine block is one of the things that can be reconditioned. Because if it is, then I don't have to buy a new one. And if it's on the engine stand, I can't do jack shit with it. So I never do that. And I did not notice the engine block being in there, but that doesn't mean that I didn't miss it. Excellent. Crankshaft. Let's do the crankshaft next. That should have been one of the items that were reconditioned, like so. And I don't have a flywheel. What? There's an i4 filter, isn't it? It is. Right. Let's drop her down and we'll start working from the top down. Right. Now I want to put in second-hand pistons. The ones that came out were fine. Here they are here. Along with the rings. So this is going to take just a little bit longer than it normally would, while we find the items that came out of it. There and here. Here's the last one. And piston rings, like so. Right, engine head. Lovely. Camshafts were fine, so they can go back in. Engine head cover, the one that came off it, all reconditioned, can go back. Do you know what I should be doing actually? I should be marking off what's done and what's not done. I just realized that. Because there's a lot of things that were yet to be discovered, like so. And no doubt we have discovered them all because we just took apart the whole entire freaking engine to redo the block. Alright, so there's still a few parts to be discovered. That does make some sense. Right. ABS pump. In you go. ABS module. In you go. Lovely. Alright, power steering pump. Back you go. Alternator reconditioned. Back you go. Manifold cover. Cam gears, you're next. The ones that came out of it were fine. Timing belt was fine as well, I think. Oh no, it wasn't. That's my bad. Spark plugs, the ones that came out can go back in. And just one more. There it is there. Okay, ignition coils, the ones that came out of it can go back in. And one more. Like so. Excellent. Right. What's next? Brake servo. I think I have one of those. I do indeed. Fuel rail, you can go back. Intake manifold, you can go back. Okay, so the throttle would be next. I need a new timing belt. Is there anything else? I need a new flywheel. Right, let's get those items. So, timing, if I could spell it right, if I could stop having typos. Timing belt. And flywheel. I think I should pick up a couple of flywheels, like 5. We'll have 4 spare. Right, so let's get to work on the timing stuff. And now the timing cover can go back. Now the water pump. And the crankshaft pulley. Oh, we need a crankshaft pulley. Okay, let's do a search for I4 then. I4. Down to this. Wait a minute. Here we are. No, yes, crankshaft pulley. That's what I want. Alright, now the idler roller. Whoa! We have a second-hand one that can go on instead. Now the belts. Belt tensioner, the one that came off can go back on. We're looking pretty damn good there. Right. Front exhaust section turbo. I should do... lift her up and see if I can find that. Turbo. Front exhaust section turbo. There it is there. And we'll do a search for I4 because we're probably going to need more items under that category. So now we're going to work on the bottom end of the engine. We'll get these rod caps back on, all nice and reconditioned like. And we'll get the crankshaft bearing caps back on, all reconditioned and nice like. That should be the last one. Alright, that front section can go in. Now, let's work on the gearbox. Here we go, flywheel. That's what I'm looking for. Now, we have a clutch plate. We have a pressure plate. We don't have a pressure plate. Wow, we're out of pressure plates. Okay. So, clutch. And we'll pick up like 3. And let's pick up just one release bearing just in case. Alright, do we have release bearings? We have just the one we picked up. Right, now drive shaft reconditions can go back in. Drive axle recondition can go back in. Oh shit, I meant to check that stuff. Urgh! Out you come again. Alright, inspection time. Yes, that does need to be replaced. Okay, so that means the calipers is coming off. The brake pads. The brake disc ventilated. The wheel bearing. And the front wheel hub. And now we try and put a new one on. I think we have some in stock. We do. We'll put the wheel bearing that came out of it back in. We'll put the brake disc ventilator that came out of it back in. We can put the drive axle back now. Drive shaft. Axle. Ah, shit. Damn it. Those brake pads can come off. The ones that came off it can go back on. 87. There we go. And a new calipers. Well, not new. Reconditioned. Because we can recondition the ones that we took off it. It'll be fun. Oh, hello. I would say that outer tie rod, yep, needs replacing. Before we put the wheel back on, should do that for sure. Alright, now let's move over this side. Let's do some inspections. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep, that bearing definitely needs to be replaced. And I should have a bearing, I do. And I definitely have an outer tie rod. Okay, and I think the wheel can go back on now. Let's check our list of items. Now I know I don't have the turbo back in yet. I might need to get a turbo. Yeah, the turbocharger. But we're looking pretty good here. We are. Excellent. Okay. So it's just the turbocharger and oil and spray the car. So let's bring her down. Excuse me. Ah, no, 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 I want to go down, not up. Ah. Let's try this again and get it right this time. Alright. Now, I do not know if I have a turbocharger or even if we were able to recondition the one that came off it, so we'll find out here. I'd say that was reconditioned. That would be my guess. I doubt I have one of those in stock. Ah, the oil filter. Oil filter i4. I don't have one of those. Right. Let's quickly pick one up. We'll do a search for i4. Go down to the O's. Get in underneath her. Put that oil filter back in. Oh, wait, I didn't need to... Son of a bitch. The one that came off it was fine. Okay, so there you go. There you're back in. Alright, so now we just need to put oil in it and then paint her up. So... is there anything else? I didn't do anything with clips. Starter. Starter needs to go back on. Yeah. Forgot about that. Here's the oil and starter. Now let's make sure. All done there. Excellent. Repaint car in stock color. So we're going to move it to the paint shop. I'm going to quickly see. Do I have anything I can recondition? I do. Calipers. Okay. Watch out for that door because it'll whack you in the face. Now, tell me it's a nice color. It is a nice color. So we'll paint her up. And now we'll move her back to lifter A. Yeah, that is a nice color. Alright. So that's everything done there, and she's repainted. So we spent 7 grand on parts and we're getting 18,000 back in payout. So that should be the end of the job. Ta-da! Wunderbar! How are we doing on time? 22.5 minutes. Okay, let's check the phone and see if there are any experience orders. And if there are, we'll pick them up. And if there aren't, we'll dismiss them like so. There we go. Right, one last thing. I want to get rid of any parts that are less than 95% condition. And we were able to get rid of a lot of them there. Excellent. So we have a good stockpile of parts still remaining. Okay, we are going to wrap it up there for now. Thanks a million for watching, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. It means an awful lot to me. It makes a huge difference when you guys do something as simple as just leaving a like on a video or leaving a comment. Anyway, my name is Winters, and I'll catch you next time. So until then, adios.